share a story titled Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, in a small cottage in the dark forest, there lived a poor woodcutter and his two children, Hansel and Gretel. The stepmother was cruel and unkind. One night, when food was scarce, she whispered to the woodcutter, "We must leave the children in the forest. We cannot feed them anymore." Hansel, who was very clever, overheard their plan. That night, he sneaked outside, filled his pockets with small white pebbles. The next morning, the stepmother took them deep into the forest. But as they walked, Hansel secretly dropped the pebbles one by one. When night fell, the forest became dark and scary. Hansel held Gretel's hand and said, "Don't worry, look, the pebbles shine in the moonlight. They will guide us home." And so they followed the trail and safely returned home. But the stepmother was furious. This time, she locked the door so Hansel couldn't collect pebbles. The next morning, the stepmother took them deeper into the forest. But Hansel tried to leave a trail of breadcrumbs, but the birds quickly ate them up. Soon, they were lost. They wandered for hours and hours until they found a strange house made out of candies, cookies, and chocolate. Hansel's eyes widened. "Look, Gretel, a house we can eat." They began nibbling on the walls. When suddenly the door creaked open. Out stepped a little old woman with a kind smile and said, "Don't worry. Come inside. You must be hungry, dear children." But the old woman was with a wicked witch. This time, the old woman locked Hansel in a cage and forced Gretel to cook. "Fatten him up," she cackled. "Then I will eat him." Days passed. The old woman checked on Hansel every day. But clever Hansel held on his small bone instead of his finger. The witch, who had a poor eyesight, thought he was still too thin. One day, the old woman told Gretel to check the oven if it was still hot enough. But Gretel had a plan. She said, "I don't know how. Can you show me?" The witch grumbled and bent over to check the oven. At that moment, Gretel pushed her inside and slammed the door shut. The witch was gone. Gretel quickly freed Hansel in a cage and found a strange chest full of golds and jewels. Hand in hand, they ran out of the forest and found their way home. Their father was overjoyed to see them. From that day on, Hansel and Gretel lived happily ever after, never fearing hunger again. The moral of the story is working together can overcome even at the most dangerous situations. Thank you for lending your ears.